Yo, what's going on? Mutss Unedited, we're back in the building, man. You get me? After the last little thing we gave you about the whole Dylan White situation. You know what it is, man. Obviously, this time we're not here by myself. We had to bring in another pro for you. We gave you the first pro, Lionel Shadorfia. We gave you the second pro, Jordan Reynolds, yeah? Had to bring in the third one. And I can't lie, this brother here, I actually known about longer than all of them as a boxer. So I just want to big up, man, like Michael Devine.
Sound, brother.
Also known as Chunky, if you don't know, you get me. But Chunky, what's going on,
Yeah,
bro?
nah, good, man, good. It's good to be back in something like doing stuff like this again.
Back in front of the camera.
That's
and
it,
that. Yeah. Obviously, I've been telling these lot for time, like, what it is, yeah, when we first started shooting, I was like, I started spewing off my head. I'm just a spectator of the sport. I'm not a boxer. I told you earlier, I was saying I've shadow boxed a bit.
Yeah.
But I was about
bit of a novice.
Do you know what I mean? But obviously, so when I first got in front of the camera, we were talking boxing, yeah, like a couple of people, I know there was a bit of hate as well, like, because they're thinking, what does this guy know?
Yeah.
So that my whole aim was like, okay, let me get some pros in here so these lot can stop talking shit.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So I can actually test my knowledge as well, do you know what I mean?
That's it.
So obviously we've had them guys down. You know about Linus and
Yeah, of course.
local lads and Jordan.
Everyone, like, Luton's small at the end of the day, and like everyone, like Luton produce good fighters at the end of the day.
Fighters.
So like, it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. Like we're so far. Like I was saying, like we're this far in, and we're early in the game as well. Like getting back onto this whole back in front of the camera thing, and it's like we've already, luckily, we've had the chance of getting pros in like yourself. Early. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
And we haven't even had to look out of town yet. These are all local lads who are on this pro scene or who have been doing this thing for a long time. So, but yeah, man. So obviously we had them lot up, and I've been speaking to Blaine for a while about getting you up. It was just timing, you know.
Yeah,
you know
of
how
course,
life is, innit? Shit
Busy.
happens and all that stuff, man. But so obviously let's start from where I know you from the beginning, like. I first heard about you. Obviously, you know someone who I know.
Yeah, Naz. Yeah,
Naz, who
shout out Naz.
Yeah, shout out Naz. Obviously, bro, because when I was young, he's like a family friend. You get me? And it's like he was a bit older than me, but yeah. So he was like on his boxing stuff, and he'd take me down to the gym with him, and I'd watch guys boxing. And you were one of the ones who was boxing.
Yeah.
But mind you, I was young these times. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah,
you was young as well.
Yeah, I started when I was about 10, 11, and like Naz was a couple of years above me.
Yeah, he was a couple of years above
He had the
you.
talent, man. I tell you, he was like
man.
Prince Nassim. Like,
and I'd watch you guys boxing. I was just saying outside, like these. When I first went in the gym and in the first session I saw, and everyone was like making sounds like ah. One guy's going ah, the other guy's going tss, and I'm like, everyone just come with their own sounds. I was like, this is a bit mad. Like it threw me off. But yeah, you was one of the guys that I saw on the scene, and obviously years went on. I'm from Stopsley. You're from Farley Hill, I take it. You're from Farley Hill.
Yeah, Farley Hill. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, like we kind of know the same people. I'd hear your name, Chunky the boxer, Michael Devine, Rare, and obviously Naz spoke highly of you at the time. Like he was like, yeah, man, like the guy's an aggressive boxer.
Yeah,
he's an aggressive guy. Like
that's just like, I think like being from Luton as well. It's like boxing's like people from a council estate know how to fight, hard background, and like. Yeah. I just took to it straight away. I was talented. Well, I wasn't as talented as Naz, but I could graft and I could fight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, watching your fights back, you seem to fight with a lot of heart.
Yeah. Like I've got a lot. For me, like people pay their hard money to come out and watch me fight. So like money's hard to come by nowadays. You know what I mean? So when I go in that ring, I make sure that I leave that ring knowing that I can't do no more. Like I physically can't do no more. So if I got beat by the better man on the night. Do you know what I mean?
But
so
they get their money's worth.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Even I can't lie, because obviously doing my research up into this episode and that, and I was watching a few fights and that. Obviously, we'll touch on the prize fight.
Of course.
But it was one of the fights I was watching, and it was like you was throwing these mad haymakers. I was thinking if he catches this guy, it's over. Do you know what I mean? But so like your style is aggressive. It's an aggressive style, and obviously, it's a.
Do you know what? I can box. I'm a bit of an all-rounder. I don't really show what, like, in fights. I've shown I can box sometimes, but I like to come and have a go and someone. I've only stopped 5 people out of 23 fights, but but I've knocked a lot of them down, like 15, 16. Like when they come and have a go, I normally try and get them on their arse. You know what I mean? So like I can box and I can fight, but I'm in here to entertain, and that's it.
That's it, man. Yeah. So when let's take it back a bit. So obviously, I see you at the gym, young ages, boxing. Like, what got you into boxing?
I'm like my granddad was a boxer. He was Irish Army champion. He had 55 fights, 50 wins, 4 draws and 1 loss. Then my dad boxed. Sure. Like me and my dad, we've had a sticky relationship. I never really seen him as a kid, but at the end of the day, he's still my dad. He's still in my it's in my blood to box. You know what I mean? So I sort of followed his footstep, and I used to be a little troublemaker growing up. So my mum wanted to burn some energy with me, sent me up the gym, and it humbled me proper.
So
I was
it worked.
I got schooled as a kid, but when you drift out of boxing, you sort of go back to your surroundings and old ways and that. But boxing saved me, and it saved a lot of kids from Luton all around the world. Do you know what I mean? So it's a sport what does that.
Yeah, because obviously a lot of people do end up sending their kids or whoever, like nephews, little brothers, nieces, whatever, to burn energy at gyms or whatever. But there's only a certain percentage of them who, again, now you look again, you're at this stage now, and you still got it. You're still boxing. You still got the hunger for it.
Like, do you know? Like probably about 20 of my mates growing up as kids all went to a boxing gym. Everyone went to the gym. Yeah. It's only them 1 or 2% who won it. Do you know what I mean? Who liked the fight and who liked the discipline. Who like when my mates are going out on the piss and stuff like that, I'm out on the road and stuff like that, running, doing my road work, dieting and stuff like that. Like it's like I hold my hands up. I've fucked about in the past. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. A bit of a party boy and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Growing up, but I've made them mistakes to learn. I've learned from it.
And that's what I say. Like people shouldn't look at them type of things like losses or I took an L. It's like it's a lesson.
Yeah, of course. I mean? Yeah, that's and do you know what? An L for me, at the end of the day, I've come from harder battles. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, losing a boxing match is nothing for me. Do you know what I mean? I'll go in and leave it in the ring. If I got beat, I got beat. Do you know what I mean? I can't do no more. So,
but it's like a hobby to you as well. So it don't even matter either way because you're doing something you enjoy.
Yeah, like do you know like when you you box for a meal ticket when you're an amateur, like so like you literally box to get fed at the end of it, and then like when I first turned pro, I was like, I'll do this for free, and like, but then it becomes a business. Like boxing becomes a business. Now you want to get paid as much as you can, and then you're doing ticket sales, you're getting sponsors in. So it's a mad. Like I love boxing. I would still do it for free, but now I'm like, I want to get paid for this shit. I'm good at that. I've done this all my life. I want to get paid for it.
It makes sense. It makes sense, man. But obviously, like you said, going back to your record, usually I lay out the record, but I haven't. Yeah. But your record, 27 as a pro, is it?
I've had 17 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. So I've boxed from small hall shows to O2 Arena, Wembley Arena. I've boxed in Belfast. I've went and trained in America. Do you know what I mean? I went to Vegas. I went to Mayweather's gym. I went to the Wild Card. I've trained. I've learned. I've been in training camps with Kell Brook and Kid Galahad. I've sparred the likes of Lee Wood. Like I've been there and done it. But at this stage, I'm just about enjoying it and making some money now. Like and getting in big fights again. So
listen, man. I again looking at your style, I genuinely think I can see the right opponent for you in a big fight would. I think it would make sense,
with people from Luton, they get good support. I've done 350 tickets, like 350 tickets. But when Luton come, they're the noisiest people. Like, I'm telling you, you think there's 800 people there. Do you know what I mean? So like, when I fight, I make sure I'm entertaining. So like when I box on TV, I make sure they want me back. Do you know what I mean? So
how was it for you? Like, did you have a long amateur career?
No, like, I was in and out of the gym as an amateur. I started when I was 10. I had 12 as an amateur. So that's nothing. Like people like Jordan, I had 100 odd fights. I had 10 as an amateur. No, I had 12, won 8, and then and then I stopped for years. No, I stopped. Like I had my last fight at like 15, and then I turned pro at 18.
Okay.
So I had 3 years out. My next fight, I never even fought senior. I fought as a junior, and then I was in the pro. All of a sudden, I'm a pro boxer. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But I always knew, like, it's mad. Like, do you know, like before. Do you know, like, all the, like, you visualise it and stuff like that? Like, before that even got big, like, with the Conor McGregor stuff, I was doing that as a kid, you know, like, without even knowing what it meant. I was like, I'm going to be a pro boxer, you know. And then I did. I like, without even trying, it just landed on my feet. So.
It just happened, yeah. It was just written in it.
Yeah. Like, I said it so many times and it happened, do you know what I mean?
So how was it as a pro then? Like, going in as a pro?
Like, I had very little experience as an amateur. Like, I was sparring and boxing lads who are European champions, British champions, world champions. So I'm learning on the job, do you know what I mean? So I had my first 3 fights, I blitzed them. Yeah. And then I was like, I'm ready. Like, I took on number 10 in the country at the time. He was an ABA champion or finalist. Mark Alexander, and he just schooled me. Like, I shouldn't even have been there. Do you know what I mean? Like, really?
Would you say you overlooked him? Like,
I just, in my head, honestly, he was ranked number 10 in Britain. I've never even had an amateur career. So, I think I beat him. I'm number 10 in Britain after 4 fights. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. I was like 21 years of age. I was like, I'm gonna rip this game up. I was putting everyone down. I was stopping them. I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna it was like so easy, and then I just got humbled, do you know what I mean? And then I thought, I'm not as good as I think I am.
What, did that go to points, or did you stop?
I got stopped on my feet. I got dropped a couple of times, but I think that was not making weight properly. I was starving myself a bit, and
did you have to drop weight for this?
Fucking, my name's Chunky for a reason. Do you know what I mean? I put away the food, man. I love that.
You know what the thing is though, and the whole weight thing must be mad as well, because I know having to drop weight and stuff, like, it must be mad. It must play with you, because who was saying, Linus was saying to us, like, how it plays with your emotions sometimes. Like, he said just lock me away in the room and just leave me.
Sometimes, like, you'd be training so hard, and you just break down in tears and that, and you're like, what the fuck? Like you just done 12 rounds with someone, you're bare emotional, like, you're like, it's a mad old sport, like, such a gladiator sport, but you're a human being as well.
It humbles you. It brings you to, exactly. Like,
it's mad.
It is a mad sport, man. And again, though, like, so that's why I got to respect it, for people to stick it out. Do you know what I mean? Like, but looking at your next fight, because again, you've had 27 now. So since you've been back.
I literally had nearly 5 years out. I failed a brain scan. I needed to do some memory tests, but it sort of scared me a little bit. So instead of getting the test straight away, I was going to fight Lewis Ritson for the British title, and then that happened, and I was like, "Fuck!" I was like,
"What was that?"
Just like with the boxing board, like, you have to have brain scans every year. Yeah. And like, I could have been dehydrated that day, and you could have a change from your old scan. Do you know what I mean? So it's just safety. Do you know what I mean? Or you could have been sparring and something could have shown, and like, so it was the memory part of my brain. So a couple of years later, I took the test, I passed it. Then COVID, and it's just long. It's been a long process, and I'm finally there. I got a win a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And then I'm back again. I'm back next month. So this month, you know what I mean?
Your next fight's locked in.
Yeah, so like, I've never had that. I always had injury problems. I always, like, I burnt the candle at both ends of the stick. Do you know what I mean? I was a bit of a tit, really. But do you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. I'm going to be straight up. You ask me a question, I'll be straight up. And so I'm ready to go again. I'm nowhere near where I want to be, but I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I've got one more. I'll have one more fight before the summer, and then that'll be 3-0 on my comeback, and then like end of the year, I want big fights. I want big fights again.
Let's get them in, man. Let's get them in, because obviously, listen, man. You've personally watching you box, you've got the caliber. Like, you look like a great boxer, and again, for me as a spectator, you look entertaining. And I always because I'm a spectator again, and I like that. You know what I mean? You seem like a fighter who fights with his heart.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Did you watch the Tyson Fury, Dylan White?
I was there.
Speaking about fighters who fight with heart, because you see what it is with me and these lot, sitting behind their screens. they like I've got a big rating for Dylan White. He's one of my personal favourite heavyweights.
He's a cracking fighter, but at the end of the day, there's levels, and like he just couldn't get nowhere near. People think they can get near Fury and put their game. Fury's in a league of his own at the minute, and like it's like not that Dylan White ain't a world class fighter, he is, but Tyson Fury just shows.
Yeah. And again, that's the thing. Like I always rated Fury as the guy. If you would have asked me who's better out of them both as boxers, I would have said definitely Fury. But you see what it was in my head. What I was thinking is, out of all the heavyweights, in my head I was like, nobody can cause Fury problems. I can't see. But I just thought Dylan White at his best.
It's because he's game as well, and like he's a bit unpredictable. But I said like I don't think he was at his best. In the last episode, I was saying to these, like I don't think he was at his best, but I'd take nothing away from Fury, because not only was Dylan White not at his best, but Fury took his whole game away from him. Yeah, of course.
He didn't even let him box. Didn't even let him get into a groove. It was frustrating for me, because I'm sitting there in like round 4, 5, and I'm like, why is he not in his groove yet? Everything
he nullifies it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Fury. And then I said, you know what? Fury is the best heavyweight of our generation, hands down. He's with the greats. I don't want to hear no one now saying Anthony Joshua against him. I don't want to hear.
I want him to retire, man. Like at the end of the day, it's a hard business, man.
It is.
Like we're all in here to like at the end of the day, they're full of shit if they say like. Then everyone's in it to make a few quid. Do you know what I mean? Like it's too much of a hard game not to want that. Like you want the world title. I've won 2 Southern areas, and then I was just like, it's a fucking Southern area belt. Do you know what I mean? I want to get paid for my shit. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was in prize fight, I got a nice payday. I'm like, I want more of that. Like you crave that. Like you want to be on the big fight. Like you do it for like. I watched Katie Taylor last night, and just seeing that atmosphere there, like
Katie Taylor,
like smashed it. Like she's she's changed women's boxing. It's unreal, man.
Because she I think, what were they saying? I heard the commentator saying before the fight that she changed women's boxing because they weren't in Ireland. Women's boxing was it weren't allowed. But apparently she used to go into the gym as a boy, and pretend to be a boy, and use a boy's name to box, like. And now look at her, bro. Crazy. Yesterday they headlined, was it? Madison Square Garden, the main arena as well.
That is the mecca of the world boxing.
You think about it, like she was there yesterday, bro. You know it was sick though, the weigh-ins, when they had the weigh-ins and that, and Katie come out, like it was a bit corny. They had these WWE stars. Like, it was a bit weird, but when Katie come out and they had the Irish violin, and I was like, it just gives you that fire in your belly, like you know, like McGregor does it as well. When
the Irish are all over the world, you see. So do you know what I mean? Like New York's full of Irish as well. So.
But it's again, she done her thing, and I just wanted her to. She said in there, they done a face off, and she said, I just want to bring the belts home. And in my head, I could vision it. And I was like, she's gonna do it, man. She's gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Warrior, big up her, man. But yeah, like even like so going back to you mentioned about your prize fighter. The prize fighter thing. That's something that I went back and watched. I went through a few of them, and that, like, how did that come about, and who was that set up by?
So that was on Eddie Hearn was with Sky at the time, and it was massive. I fought Danny Connor. And the fight before prize fight, and it got a clash of heads, and it was a draw. And then he got into prize fight, and then I got a phone call like, "Do you want to go in prize fight?" I'm like, "This is where I feel like an actual pro." Like for the first time, I was in the studios, photo shoots and stuff like that. That's when I feel, this is what the big time feels like. Do you know what I mean? Like, 3 rounds. Like, obviously, I won the Southern Area title. It was a 10-round fight, so. I was like, you sort of have to go back to the drawing board and start changing your style up, and I knew that would suit me down to the ground. Like, so.
What was the prize at the end, or what was it? Was it like basically how many fighters was there?
There was 8 fighters, a quarter-final, a semi-final, and a final, and then I got beaten in the final by John O'Carroll. He went on to fight for the world title and stuff like that. So,
you was a finalist.
And I think I fucking done myself proud. I got beat, but I I fucking hurt him.
Listen, out of 8 people who are hungry and are willing to throw fists like that, man, and then you make it to the final, man. Listen, hats off to you.
Yeah, like you have, like, obviously I fought Danny Connor in the first round. I knocked him on his ass, and I didn't even know how he got up. I fucking chinned him. Do you know what I mean? Like, I give him respect for that. He took that dig, and then like the semi-final, I went on to the semi-final, and I've never threw a left hand as sweet on the button. It got number 4 knockout of 2014.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. That's one
I hit the geezer with a left hook and game over. Like, and then it was the final then, and like a lot of people don't know, I only had like 4 or 5 weeks training camp. I was in partying Ibiza, like I got a phone call, ask no questions, you hear no lies, and then like I ripped my rotator cuff in the first round, so my shoulders like fucking ripped off, and then like they were gonna, like my physio at the time, she was like, yeah, you need to pull out, and like, I just get an extra 4 grand just walking to the ring, knocked your man out in like a minute, and then I got like, that's another 8 grand, do you know what I mean, going to the ring, and like, I walked away with 18 grand that night, do you know what I mean? They're the sort of paydays you want, do you know what I mean? So that's what I mean. I want some big fights. And I want to be paid well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's what it's about. Because obviously, when we had Jordan Reynolds down, he was saying about, obviously, getting paid is what you want. And I think that's what these fighters deserve. But listen, you're fighting, man. Like, what a horrible sport in a sense. To have to make money from.
Come on, like people, like, in footballers, and no disrespect to them, like, every professional grafts their arse off, but we're getting punched in the head, they're getting a weekly wage, you know what I mean? Sometimes if we don't fight, we don't get paid, you know what I mean? As simple as that. Like, boxing's a corrupt business as well, do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes you don't sell enough tickets, you won't get paid for fights, you know what I mean? It's like a couple of my fights ain't even been paid for, do you know what I mean? I've had to pay my own money. I paid my opponent's wages to come and beat me, and then like some out of my own money, do you know what I mean? Like,
that's mad,
it's like, just to get a fight.
And obviously, like camp and stuff like that, it costs money, innit? Like,
like
what was Jordan saying? He was like 20 grand out of pocket or something stupid. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, he's got to do, he's living some nice camp then, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell. Let me come and share a camp with you, Jordan, do you know what I mean? Nah, like, it's expensive, man, but like, I train in Cambridge, there's fuel every day, you got your nutrition, you got your physio, do you know what I mean? And sometimes you have to travel to go sparring, bring sparring partners in. It does add up.
And that's money you got to then recoup, I take it.
Yeah, like, no, well, if you get, as soon as you get, sometimes, no one's, like, not everyone's blessed, like, some people got sponsors out their arse, like, I've got 2 sponsors. Or 3 sponsors. I got Vince McMorrow, shout out to him. I got Hobbs Electrical, he looks after me, like, and then I got a couple of small ones as well. I just put on the spot, I can't even think now. But like, some people are getting like 2-3 grand a month. Like, we're doing it the hard way. Do you know what I mean? Like, where you literally, your fight purse is getting sucked back out, like all the money you owe and shit like that. It's a ruthless game, but we're still here for, like, we still do it, do you know what I mean?
I think they should, obviously, again, with, you see UFC, the way that they've modelled,
I rate it.
It's wicked. I think they should pay, maybe I think they've got, their payment system is a bit mad.
No, but I rate that. Like, at the end of the day, you still get a purse. You win, you get double. The best fight the best. There's no one ducking no one. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to fight the champion, you have to beat number 3. Like, now, if you're with a big promoter, you can, like, craft your way in, like, not even win a British title and go and win a world title. Do you know what I mean? It's madness, like. Yeah,
it's mad, isn't it? Like, but again, like, looking at what, like, they had that thing. What was it? The Ultimate Fighter. When they put the fighters in the house. Serious, I think they should do that type of shit with boxing. I think that would be class. You know what I mean?
More money to it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Tell Eddie Hearn to pull out his money. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
That's why UFC is like it is. Because all the money's spread out across everyone. It's not spread out and then it's boxing is at the right at the top and then it's triple.
The rich, the top of boxing get paid well. But we're getting fuck all basically. Do you know what I mean? But
it's a mad system, innit? So, but obviously now you're back fighting, which is what we like, and hopefully the big paydays.
That's it. I know it's like, I'm gonna take 3 or 4 fights to get me back up the rankings, but
your next fight's in Dunstable.
Dunstable, yeah. So I fought in Luton in 2009 in my pro debut, and it's 2022 and I'm fighting local again. So you think, like, it's a long time coming. So hopefully everyone comes out and supports.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll be there, man. We'll definitely be there, man. Do you know what I mean? Well, what's the date?
28th of May.
28th of May, man. You lot heard it here first, man. Do you know what I mean? Definitely get down there and that. Who's your opponent?
I'm not. Do you know what? I was just looking today. I'm the only one who's not matched still. So like I've been I was the first one on the bill, and I'm still not matched. So still like squeaky bum time a bit. I don't want to just don't bother me. But you like to know who you're fighting.
Yeah,
do you
of
know
course. What I mean? Yeah, what has everyone seen Chunky and that?
Yeah,
we're cool.
Don't know about that. I ain't got that thing yet. I ain't got that thing yet. One day they'll soon know. They'll soon know.
Yeah, that's what it's about, man. So obviously, listen, going back to growing up in Luton and that, this is what I asked the last lads, and I'll ask you because you're a local lad as well. Like, what's Luton to you, and how has it helped or not helped?
Do you know what? I'm proud. I'm a proud Luton man. Like, I wouldn't want to be like Farley was a good place to grow up. Like, it was obviously you had your down points. Like we were fighting, drinking background. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it's gave me life lessons up there. Do you know what I mean? It's humbled me as well. Do you know what I mean? I took a few shoeings up there, but but like it's now like I feel a bit bad now because I wouldn't want my daughter growing up here. Do you know what I mean? My she's 9 now, and like she lives in Marston, and it's a nice village life, and I wouldn't want that.
That's what it's about.
I wouldn't want her to have the same life I grew up. Do you know what I mean?
Because you know what you've seen the worst and the best. Do you know what I mean?
Like, do you know, like, but everyone from every area. As you get older, like it was like postcode shit and that. But as you get older, everyone just wants to have an easy, nice life. Everyone gets on with everyone now. Do you know what I mean? Like at first you have a little chip on your shoulder and you think you're a bad man and that, like, but it's at the end of the day you just want to get on with everyone. The world get as much
grow up,
place.
innit? Yeah, we all get into our, you know what I mean, madnesses. I'm pretty sure there's probably about at least 20 people behind the camera who hate me.
Yeah.
Who hate my guts, and they're probably waiting for me somewhere, but you know what I mean, it is what it is. But looking at the heavyweight scene now, and not even just heavyweights, the boxing scene as well, it's alive. It feels like it's alive. There's upsets going on. There's people snatching titles. There's so much of this happening, and it's like I'm way more of a boxing fan than the UFC. I like the UFC, but I don't know, for some reason, because I watched boxing from a young age. I remember staying up for Prince Nassim, waiting up for Mike Tyson. Do you know what I mean? Tyson would be like, we know it's going to be over either first or second or whatever. Prince Nassim were like, what's he going to do? Fly out? Is he going to come out with Puff Daddy? Is it going to be? So it was like, I remember all these things, and boxing just stuck with me. And then there was that period where it was kind of quiet and it kind of died down. For the mainstream people, do you know what I mean? But now it's heating up again.
It's
you know,
thriving again, man. Like
Joshua
boxing,
lost his title, got it back, lost it again. You've got Wilder got banged up by Fury. Fury's out here taking off heads with ease. Like so, and all this stuff. You got Usyk. He's just something else.
He's a problem. He is.
Then you're looking at your Canelos. So it's like so much is happening, and like. We were speaking in the last episode I brought up about something that got announced, which I was happy about because these two fighters I respect highly, Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker. They've
good, humble guys, man, and like at the end of the day, they know it's just a business. At the end of the day, there'll be no shit talking or nothing like that. It will just be two honest guys who are just gonna have a ding dong.
But the thing is, as well, like Joe Joyce, I've said previously that he's a wicked boxer. Like I think he's very like two-dimensional. Like it doesn't seem to the eye that he's doing a lot. It seems like he's just doing this.
A bit robotic.
But it's like everything he touches just goes.
He's like a wrecking ball. Like, and he's a fit for a heavyweight. His output is so.
But then he does them front flips and shit.
And the back flips. Former gymnast, isn't he?
Yeah, and I'm like, bro, this guy's mad. So so when I see him, I'm thinking, like, for me. There's certain fighters that I put as tough, like Chisora. Joe Joyce. I used to think Daniel Dubois until he got pasted by Joe Joyce. Joseph Parker. These guys, they can take a beating. Like Joseph Parker, I think it's that whole New Zealand thing where they've got that bit of tribalism in him, and he just, you know what I mean? He just won't allow you to knock him out. You can put him down, but he's not going out. He's one of them guys. But when I look at Joe Joyce, Have you seen him trying to talk at press? He's the worst talker. Like, all respect to him, but bro, he's the worst talker. In my head, I was thinking, this build-up's going to be the worst. I will beat you up. You know, them ones, like, I don't know. Like,
I know what you mean.
But don't be fooled, people, because don't worry about the build-up. It's on the night because they're both warriors.
Yeah, because he's a handful. Like, do you know what? Like, someone who talks like that and he's real polite. Yeah. But when he comes in the ring, he's a fucking handful. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a handful.
I genuinely thought Dubois was going to do him, but
do you know what? Like the bar, he's going to learn a lot from that fight, you know. He's still very young, and I still think he can be a world champion.
I think he's got it in him, definitely. It was a learning curve because we do forget because he's young.
Joe Joyce is 32, big strong man. He's had a massive amateur background, silver medalist at the Olympics, European champion as an amateur. Like, at the end of the day, like, Daniel Dubois was 21, 22. He'll come again. His time will come. Like, heavyweights peak about 28 to 35. Do you know what I mean? So don't write him off yet. But Joyce is a very tough man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
and Joyce he's even though it seems like he don't know what he's doing, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
see his jab against the bar. Like, no one thought he could. His jab was absolutely like he couldn't miss. Like, do
you know what I mean? The jab's up there, man. I was saying last episode, Tyson Fury's got one of the best jabs I've seen. Like, he just uses it. He just uses
like a ramrod. Like, and it's just it's net.
He jams it right in your face. Like, you don't just. Really
you can't pick the rhythm, like boxing is like about rhythm. He's just got an upset rhythm, like, so you don't know when it's coming. Do you know what I mean? So.
But if you was to name, excluding Tyson Fury, a top 3 in the heavyweight division right now,
I like obviously Usyk.
Yeah.
You gotta say Joshua. Like, the people give him the stick. At the end of the day, he's fought everyone, and he takes the defeats on the chin. And he comes back and he wants to.
His record is impressive. I mean the caliber of fighters. They all are fucking sick fighters.
Like, he's fucking. He can fight. He's a big man. Do you know what I mean? Like,
the third. So
I like
Usyk, Joshua.
Oh, I don't. It's a hard one. Do you know what? Joyce. I like Joyce, man. Joyce is like, he's not the cleanest, but he's just a handful, man. Like, I like that about. Like, I like people who just come in and just you know what you're gonna get from him.
Is he unbeaten? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's unbeaten, 15-0.
I want to see where his train goes. Like,
but there's a few like up and coming, like Tony Yoka and stuff like that. There's who else is there? There's a couple of like that Philip Hergovich or something. They look like they're going to be a problem as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
there's a few fighters. We were talking a couple episodes back about people, like fighters who was ducking fight or seemed like they didn't want to fight certain people. We were talking about Conor Benn and what's the guy's name? Avanesium. Now, I'm a big Conor Benn fan. I rate him. I think his growth has been mad, like more than anyone's. But that Avanesium fight, I feel like, I don't know much about Avanesium, but every interview I'm watching and they're like, Avanesium and then Eddie Hearn or Conor Benn or whatever, they're like, he's not big enough kind of thing, but everyone's like, he's ducking him. And then every time I say Avanesium too, like I said it to Jordan and that, they're like, oh, he's a problem.
He is a problem, but like, obviously no fighter's scared of another fighter. It's just management. We employ a manager like to look after us and trainers and stuff like that. No fighter, like, there's me, like, I will fight absolutely King Kong if it, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're all fighters, but this is why you get a manager he don't bring enough to the table. So I can understand Conor Benn. Conor Benn ain't scared of no one. Conor Benn is the most improved fighter Britain's got. He could be potentially 100%. A world star, do you know what I mean? And like,
I could see him being world champion. I could see him being world champion.
And I never thought that. Honestly, I'll take a bit of humble. I didn't think he was that great, to be honest. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought he was like wild.
But he's improving so much, like rapid. I heard he's like he lives the life 100%. He's in the gym non-stop.
He looks the part in that, man. And every time he gets in the ring, he does more than expected.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you think,
like he had a wobbly fight where he got hurt, he got put down.
Yeah.
Ever since then, he's fucking. He's not put a foot wrong. Do you know what I mean?
I can see him being a world champion. So, man. The guy, he's a problem, and because we spoke about it before, and it was like we spoke about how Campbell Hatton wasn't hitting. Like,
yeah.
You know, like, and
they're similar. Like, Conor Benn and like they got big weight on their shoulders, being who their dads are and stuff like that.
And it's like, can you carry that weight?
But he's young. He's young. As long as they develop him right, slow like Conor Benn.
Yeah.
Don't try and rush him. And when he's ready, release the reins off him, and then do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. So what's camp life like for you? Because obviously we spoke and you said, listen, you've done it all. You've trained in Las Vegas. You've trained with Kell Brook, and you've been in
I'm in Cambridge now. I'm living in like Bedford area, and Cambridge. Drive to Cambridge. I train with Steve Whitwell.
Okay.
He's been in the game for a long time. He's got a few.
Yeah.
His daughter boxes for GB. He's got another girl, Megan Morris. She's at the GB trials at the minute. He's got pros, Ian Martell, 11-0. He's got Ryland Cholton. Okay. He's just been in that boxer tournament. He got to the final of that. There's a few of us up and coming now. I'm coming back. Tyler Goodjohn trains there. Do you know Tyler Good, bare knuckle guy?
Yeah.
He's a bad man now.
So you all train at the same?
Yeah, at the same gym. Yeah. So like I drive up there, come back. I've got my own gym in Cadderton, so I do some PTs and that. I train with a few lads. Like a couple of my mates are good into their fitness. A couple of lads I boxed with as kids, they still do a mix around with me and stuff like that. Nice, Tom Hale, Jake Butler, they all they all mix in and try and push me as well. Do you know what I mean?
Wicked. So, that's what it's about. So you're in camp now.
Yeah. So 4 weeks out. 4 weeks out.
4 weeks. Yeah. How's it going in that?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It ain't been the best. I went straight back into another training camp I had 1 day off.
Yeah.
And I was on the track on the Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? And then I've had something wrong with inside my gut for the last couple of weeks, but. Fingers crossed, the pain's gone now. Do you know what I mean? I'm slowly stepping my training up. I'm fit. I'm just ready just to bring in my sparring this week and stuff like that.
Stay away from them Luton kebab shops.
Yeah. That's it.
No, but fair play, man. Because we're looking forward to your journey, man, and obviously. We're locked in, and you know what I mean. I said we cemented it now.
I appreciate it.
Everyone who's stepped through here already, you guys have got an open door. Anytime, do you know what I mean? We'll be watching your journey. We're gonna be following. We'll be rolling to the fights.
No, I appreciate it. I'll try and help out as much as I can, get new boys out there as well.
Appreciate it. We'll pop down to the gym sometime, man. We'll come down with the cameras and that. We'll work. We'll speak behind the scenes and that. Do you know what I mean?
That's it.
But obviously for these lot, let them know where they can catch you. Your Instagram.
I'm on Instagram, Michael Devine Boxing. I'm not massive into social media. I'm like, I was before. I'm just trying to be a bit more private now. I've had a few issues with fucking my health and that, and I just want to keep things more private. At the end of the day, if you want to come and fight, watch me fight, you can just get in touch with me on Instagram and stuff like that. Get in touch, man. And
get in touch. Grab them tickets. You get me? Listen, if you want to watch an exciting fight, I tell you. And if you want to support your own, listen, because that's what this is all about. Like, we support our own and we keep it Luton, you know what I mean? Not fully, because we do get some people who are not from Luton. I don't want to alienate everyone. But you know what I mean? Listen, big up for coming through, man.
Thanks for having me, and it's good to be talking again on this.
Yeah,
it's been a long time coming.
Like I said, man. Anytime, man. We'll pop down to the gym.
Yeah.
We'll do catch ups. Anytime you want to promote something, my bro, feel free, hit me up, man. Do you know what I mean? But you lots know where he is. Just hit up his Instagram if you want to know anything and that. All you youngsters and that, you want to get inspired, man. Listen. These are the type of people that we try to promote to be Luton youth now, you know what I mean?
Thank you.
I could be sitting there with a drill rapper talking about how many drillings he's done. But we're not. You know what I mean? So listen, big up for coming through and that. Let me know that these lot, let me just tell them quickly, big up Creps Corner. Boom, let me not forget shit this time. Big up Creps Corner. Shout out No Cap Juice. Big up Khalil Bobby. Shout them all out, man. Most of all, listen, big up AP Caps, yeah? Go and hit up Dizzle AP on the Instagram, or hit me on the Instagram, or come down to Blaine's. They'll be stacked up within the next few days. But listen, they've got different loads of colours.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just, bro, grab the hats. They're wavy. Again, support your own, man. It's a real brother selling real products. The new sponsor in that, AP Caps. Shout out everyone. We're gone. My
Thank
brother.
you, brother.
Bless, man.